If you want to learn how to trade just like me, join the community, click the private Discord link, sign up through this membership level, and you will gain access to weekly group mentorship calls for free. Finally, after all that time waiting, we've got the breakout. If you remember, over these past few months, ranging between these 2 points, we were suggesting that as long as $3.50 holds the 0.5 Fibonacci, we should see an eventual break through $5 and eventually meet our $7 to $8 technical targets, simply because the reversal wave is created. And so with that, we should expect these three targets over here, with the first being met over the weekend. And so with that, it's essentially starting this move where we've pushed through the 0.5 at $5, heading to the golden pocket here between $7.72 and $8.69. And we've got further confluence with these technical targets, suggesting that we will pump up into that area as long as the golden pocket holds. And that's essentially what we've been saying every single Trias update for the past few months. We've just been waiting for that moment as $3.50 was continuing to hold a support. We were just essentially waiting for the beast to wake up. It's now woken, and you know that this is a coin that will make you rich down the line. This breakout is absolutely huge with the meaning that it has, as we've been trapped underneath this 50-cent range over here. It's two psychological levels, $4.50 and $5, and we needed to clear that in order to get this continuation. But as long as $3.50 held, we were going to see that pump, an eventual break of that key area. If you remember from a few months ago, we were talking about this 200 EMA that appeared for the very first time on the 5-day time frame, and that is why we were marking out this 50-cent area of resistance. Obviously, first because the 200 EMA is there, and in what price is that? It's $4.47, so 3 cents off of a psychological level, $4.50, and you can see $4.50 is actually this green candle's high over there. So we marked that out, and we know that that's a key level of resistance. But if we're waiting for a range break, we need to break that highest wick, and 10 cents above that point, we had the 0.5 Fibonacci. So we just made this a 50-cent psychological area of resistance. And then once we push through the 200 EMAs, giving a higher chance of breaking the 1 Fib level, as the 200 EMAs really deciding what the true trend is. So while we are underneath this, there's risks of dumps, but our shorter term moving averages, as well as already creating the golden pocket by reaching that point, or already creating the reversal wave by reaching that point, you just need to maintain the golden pocket to continue with this eventual pump. And now our first technical target at $5.87 was met. I do believe that we did touch $6 yesterday. So very nice to see. I'm going to continue with the analysis. So make sure, if you haven't already, to like, subscribe, comment and share. It does help grow the channel, and we're on the verge of hitting 7.5k. And if you want to take action on my education, I've got an ebook, course, mentorship plan, as well as a Discord community where people share their trade ideas, my personal portfolio, as well as 2 weekly group mentorship calls where I teach you my exact strategy, just as you see daily in these updates. Just use the links down below. Now let's scale over to the daily time frame right now. Look at what's going on at this rejection. So the 5-day was showing that we did peak out a little bit higher, and today we actually pumped. It was actually today that we touched $6. Unfortunately, are currently rejecting the 1272. This is totally fine, because what you need to understand is, as these are 3 targets, once the golden pocket was confirmed as support down here and on this second attempt. So essentially we're looking at these as targets, but as you're approaching them, you have to understand that they will be resistance. And if this whole entire area is where we're targeting, then we can of course see that the lower end is going to act as a top at first, and then when we break through, it needs to become support to get continuation to the $7.40 technical target. So it's just understandable that we're getting a rejection here right now. Again guys, as long as $3.50 is our support, where the 200 EMA lies, the bottom of our daily uptrend, then this is all Gucci for the continuation higher. But understand that we are getting a rejection right now, and the closest level of support on the daily time frame would be the 1 Fib level around the $5 mark. And then if you push through that point, we can see where we were previously finding resistance on that $4.50 area of resistance. So now this 50 cent range that was once our top now becomes our bottom. We need to hold it going forward. But again, even if you fall back down below this point, you do have the 200 EMA and the reversal wave still intact. We've met the first target. It is a resistance. As we approach it, we need to see it flipped into support to get to the 1618. While it is resistance, the levels of support that need to hold going forward is this 50 cent range we have confluence with it being the 1 fib level. It's also a 0.5, this golden line over here that we were talking about, $5 early on the 5-day time frame. And then we've also got the 20 daily moving average at the $4.50 mark, which, remember, on the 5-day time frame was the 200 EMA. So on the 5-day time frame, it's just saying hold above this, and then the daily time frame is also saying hold above this. So it's this 50-cent area of support, psychological area. We just need to hold that going forward, and we will get this 1272 flipping into support, eventually taking us to that 1618 target and actually beyond, because we're coming into this golden pocket. These targets are just further confirmation that we are heading towards there, because when you break the 0.5, you go to these two next, and then we also have the 1 fib level there. When that is broken, the reversal wave has been created and you go to those targets. There are higher targets above that point, but we need to focus on this golden pocket at first. So maybe our top being before $9. So yeah, now let's scale down to the 4-hour time frame to look at this a bit clearer. Are there any more giveaways of certain supports that we need to hold? So remember, we're talking about this 50-cent psychological level area on the 5-day, the daily, but also on the 4-hour is showing some interest in this key area, with the top band, the $5 area, being the 20 moving average, and the 55 on the 4-hour actually on the lower band of this key area of support at $4.50. So we're just getting further confluence, further confirmations that what we were already saying is correct. Essentially, that is why we have that bias, because 3 separate time frames are all suggesting that now that we broke $5, it becomes support, with the lower end being $4.50 as the lowest point of support. And then we're looking if that does not hold, then we're looking for deeper, but as long as $3.50 is all being maintained, we will eventually continue higher. Not to worry at the moment, we're just falling back for some to flip some previous resistances into support, and then looking for that continuation higher to $7-8. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment, share, and if you want me to teach you how you can predict where the market is going months and months in advance, then use the links down below to join my Discord community or all the other options on the website. Cheers, everyone. I've got a whole bunch of educational content, and over here on the website you can see loads of other people taking action recently. If you want to get educated, simply scroll underneath the video, click take action or Linktree, and click the option that you want to read more about, or private message me on Twitter. Let's start off with the ebook. This is where you can take action on my ebook, teaches the exact strategy. Head over to the membership level if you want to become a Discord channel member, where you have access to 2 weekly group mentorship calls. Or if you want to take action on my 6-hour long pre-recorded course, there's an offer here, and you do get Discord chat for 2 months totally free. Here is my beginner one-to-one mentorship plan, which includes 3 hours of my one-to-one help, the course, and 2 months free in the chat. And there are some other plans here for 5 or 10 hours of my one-to-one help. Use the links down below to private message me on Twitter, or head straight to the website using one of these links to take action. Cheers.